one. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Improv and D&D channel. I am Matt, and today we have a very special and R-rated game for y'all. This is a game that I have been calling Mork Borg forever, but apparently it's more in the lines of Mork Borg, and I will say that from now on, in spite of the fact that there seems to be a little less rhyme there. I'm a sucker for a good rhyme. But today, it is rated R, so if you're one of my kids in my kid games, skip this one. Because it's going to get gross. It's going to get bloody. It's going to get gory. But if you're not one of my kids in my kid games, then welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in to a game that I've affectionately called Unkind Rewind, in which our, heroes might be a stretch for this cast of characters, but they will be undergoing a Groundhog Day-esque escapade in which, in order to solve this problem, to accomplish this task, our characters will be forced to live over and over again this series of events until they're able to break it, until they're able to solve the problem. So, we are playing Mork Borg. It is a very lethal system. There's a chance that right when we jump in, everyone will die. Now, there is something that I will bring up a little bit later that involves the misery of the world, as it is the end of days. But before we get into all of that, well, let's introduce y'all to our wonderful cast. So, I'll start with Micha, then go to Lana, and then Spiral. But please introduce yourself, your pronouns, and anything you want to promote if you want people to find you. And just a quick thing about your character. So, Micha.
Hello, my name is Micha. My pronouns are they, them. I don't really have any presence on the internet. Do not perceive me. I don't exist. I'll be playing Sebastian this evening. His life has been filled with opportunistic moments and treachery.
Dig it. Fantastic. Lana.
I'm Lana.
Lana, my apologies.
Oh, that's fine. I wasn't correcting you when I was saying that. I was just repeating my name. I will respond to Lana gladly. My link that is being provided, I guess, is the Facebook group Improvisers Who Love D&D and or other tabletop RPGs, which I moderate, which is how I met Matthew. So
yes,
yay, go there, engage. And my character, my pronouns are she, her. My character is Sherry Bobbins. She there is a background called there's like a hermit background, and one of the options for your origin for that is just appeared as a fully grown adult in the middle of a summoning circle. So I have decided that there was a sect of heretical priests who wanted to summon some light into the world to protect them in this terrible time. And they got a British nanny. And she's crazy.
Phenomenal.
Yep, that's it. I'm done.
Phenomenal. Thank you so much. And then finally, last but not least, Spiral.
Hi, I am Spiral. My pronouns are they, them. If you want to follow me on Twitch, my handle is Lying in Spirals. I am eventually going to be starting a gaming channel there, so look out for that. The character I'll be playing is Nekane. They're a dead god's prophet. They've just been on the wrong side of life forever, always constantly betrayed by the people they thought they loved, by the people they thought they could trust, and they're just honestly trying to survive out here. They're not having a good time.
I dig it. I dig it. Well, I'm Matt. My pronouns are he, him. And I'll be playing everyone else in this world, so it'll run the gamut. But now that we know our cast, let's get into the game. And for each of you, for Sebastian, for Spiral, and for Sherry Bobbins, the three of you wake up in darkness. You hear the grinding of gears, the sound of machinery in the distance. Eventually, your eyes adjust, and you see what looks like a very concentrated spotlight in the distance, illuminating a being standing on a metal platform. Beneath this platform, you can see gears at work, enormous gears turning and grinding. And as you approach, you notice that you're not the only ones heading towards this light. And of course, you see two others beyond yourself. Micha, what does Sebastian look like?
Bastion is heading towards middle age, although he is still young enough to be handsome. Unnervingly clean, also, despite being in this grimy world at the end of times. He dresses well, but his suit has definitely seen wear. There are patches and sewn parts, but he tries to look his best at all times.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And, well, Lana, what does Sherry Bobbins look like?
Sherry Bobbins looks a lot like Mary Poppins, but she's got like this, the hat. She's got the little bow tie. She's got a little petticoat and a skirt, and she almost looks just black and white, like she came out of a movie that was black and white.
Oh.
Except for she's got rosy cheeks, and half of her face is just a jaw. There's just skin hanging off of her upper right cheekbone, and the blood is red, but the rest of her is just black and white. Like even her skin, when she came out of the black and white movie.
Oh,
I should have asked you beforehand, but Mary Poppins has a little parrot on her parasol that talks.
Yeah.
I do not have an animal familiar. We could make it Flavor, and I could voice him, or you could. Your choice.
Oh, it's up to you, whichever you would prefer. But I'm always on board with a Flavor parrot.
Okay. I'll say that she has a. It doesn't look very healthy, but it's also black and white, and she has a parasol with a little parrot head on the end of it, and sometimes talks to him.
Great. Okay. I dig it. Okay. Well, Spiral. What does Nekane look like?
They are super pale. They have horns coming out of their head, and a black line splits their face in half. They worship Kevra, the Lady of Impotence, so they constantly carry runes on their cheek, Isa, for blocking and freezing, and Ingus for fertility, growth, and seed to block. They typically wear a black dress and bracers, and then they also have a muzzle to prevent themselves from eating bugs. It does nothing to help their resting maniac face. And out of habit, they carry, it's almost a cane, but it's like it has a sharp tip on the bottom, and it's what they use to spear bugs. It's a leftover remnant of what they use to pick up bugs and eat them. And they will not admit that they still use it sometimes.
Fantastic.
I also forget that one of Sherry Bobbin's hands just has 3 fingers. So she grips the parrot like this.
Oh, man. Okay.
Oh, and because of one of the gifts of their gods, they have just like rot fluid that comes out of their mouth. It's a black
Ooh.
stigmata.
Oh, man. Okay. Great. In that case, question for you, Spiral. Does this rot fluid smell of anything? Is it very pungent in odor?
No, it's just there.
Okay, great. So, the 3 of you see each other, are able to assess each other. And there's still maybe a good 50 yards before you get to the being on the platform. Is there anything you would like to say to each other?
Hello.
Where are we?
I haven't the faintest idea.
I'm just going to look at Sebastian and point my cane and say, you.
Well, this suddenly got interesting.
Interesting, I guess, if I have to tolerate you.
Tolerate.
You all get along. Play nicely.
No.
Get up, you have dirt on your clothes. Oh, you've muddied yourselves. You could grow a garden with the dirt on you. Get up. Dust yourself off.
I'll agree with one thing. Where are we?
I think we should be somewhere else.
Agreed. Let's go.
And from here, the 3 of you, when you do look around, it feels odd in that it doesn't feel like the darkness around you ends. There doesn't seem to be a wall, even as you are able to adjust your sight. It just feels like it goes on forever, save for that one spot, that one spotlit location where that figure stands. That figure with a nice little top hat on its head. Now, this figure, you do notice that it has sharp teeth and bright red gums. The mouth stays clenched, though no eyes are visible on its face. And it has its hands on a lever, and as though it heard you, it snaps its face in your direction and beckons you to approach.
Good sir, could you tell us the way out of here?
Well, when you ask that, it takes its hands off the lever, steps close to the edge of the platform, and as it does, you note that the sound of smaller gears springing into action as steps begin to jut out from where it stands into a staircase down to you. And this creature bows to you and says,
"It is the end. You have a choice to make."
and in its bow, you notice that its knees bend backwards like that of a goat.
You're not pure. But there are those more tainted than you. Undo them. Or spend eternity suffering in the darkness of your soul.
So the way out again is where?
Out of here?
Yes.
I don't know.
This is not helpful. None of this is helpful.
I only know of a task. That is as far as my knowledge reaches. I need you to save the ones who still cling to hope. The ones who see the darkness in the world and stand strong, while the others have lost faith and waste away their lives and the lives of others in frivolous amusements.
Wants us to kill the happy people.
Their happiness is false. It is the human way to suffer and to face the darkness before them. Those who are wasting away the rest of their time, they're not happy.
Are the happy people bad people, like bankers?
I'm unsure, though you will likely find evidence of this when you arrive.
But why do we have to do it?
You're here.
Won't give us any names.
Point us in a direction?
I do know one name. There's one that you must pay special attention to. One by the name of Ripsaw. I need you to take care of this human. And there are three who work tirelessly, standing strong against the darkness. These three, I need you to save them. And finally, there's a great lord residing in this place, a king. I need you to make sure he meets his end.
That all sounds great.
What it sounds like is a lot of work.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and snap. The job's a game.
I
That's
think
all well and
Regicide is a
good.
game.
If you sign up for a job,
Game.
So, do you step up on the platform?
Bormans does.
yeah, I'll go.
Come up.
I observe the platform first.
Great. Is there anything in particular you're trying to suss out?
Yeah, how safe that is.
I mean, it looks like if you were in the workplace, this would be a gross hazard. Just one push into the side of this, there's nothing blocking you from the enormous gears that are beneath the platform. So it would behoove you to be careful. But as far as stepping up upon the platform, up the steps, it feels stable enough, especially after you see Sherry and you see Nekane take their steps up. It feels very solid. It feels maybe unrealistically solid. With the way it's constructed, it doesn't make sense.
No more sense in this fellow with backwards knees talking to us. I will ascend the platform.
Fantastic. So, as you do, the being grabs hold of the lever again and says,
I will do what I can to get you in position. This first time may be a little shaky. I have vague memories of the place. But as you investigate, as you invest the sights, the sounds, the smells of this place, I may be able to pinpoint better locations for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
I guess.
Perfect. And
he will grab hold of the lever and pull it. And at this point, the world around you, Sebastian, Nekane, Sherry, as you look upon each other, it feels as though everyone else freezes. The being freezes. The gears around you freeze motionless. The world is standing still. And then it dissolves away. Until you're standing on nothing, in nothing. Until you hear a little tune. It sounds like a piano playing. And as you hear this tune, you note that it seems to be accompanied by laughter, by happiness, by warmth, by smells of food. And here, well, you arrive in your first location, and I'm gonna drag y'all onto the map real quick, activate it for everybody. It might take y'all, it might take a second, but we go over to B as you guys arrive. You might need to click it on the upper left. I'm not sure if it's loading for y'all or not, but you get into an area where you see tables, long tables with meat, with bottles, with various breads. There's a spit in the center of this party area with a pig roasting on it. You notice behind you that there are two chairs, two massive, luxurious throne chairs. There are stone pillars, and this area is lit by opulent chandeliers, as well as torches on the sides of the walls. And here, well, a little further down, there is a piano with no one sitting there, but playing that tune that y'all might, I would say it's probably well beyond your time, well beyond into the past. Would any of your characters be very familiar with classical music?
Sherry Bobbins probably would be.
Great.
She loves music.
Great. In that case, you would recognize it as being Fur-Elise. And hearing that, seeing this party, well, you do note that there are in the area around the pig, there are 7 patrons who are laughing it up, enjoying some wine, enjoying some ale. And there's also, like you would note that to the west on this map, a door opens, and that when it does open, a servant brings out a few plates and continues to refresh and restock the food on the long tables. At this point, no one has noticed y'all yet. You do hear, of course, after hearing that song, you hear someone farther in the room begin to clink a glass and call out, "A toast!" You also note here that everyone at this party, including the servants, they're all wearing a mask. So, at this point, what do you do?
I feel underdressed. How rude. She's going to she's going to go to the table. Is there anything like she's gonna grab some food and just like stick it on her face, like I'm trying to make a mask out of it.
Oh, okay. I like that. As Sherry Bobbins is doing that, I mean, in this case, Sebastian and Nekane, you definitely see her heading in that direction. What are you two doing in the meantime?
I'm just gonna watch what's gonna happen.
Okay.
I'm going to turn to Nekane and I'm going to say, what the hell are you doing here?
The same thing you are, I imagine. I have no fucking clue.
How did we get here?
Who knows?
Great. Could I have Sherry Bobbins do a little presence to see how well you can make yourself up with? I'd say there's probably a nice bowl of mashed potatoes, some gravy, some
skin from a chicken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Chicken skin mask, absolutely.
It would be rude not to be dressed appropriately. Okay, how do I roll? Sorry. Oh, I press presents probably. Yeah, cool.
Yes.
Did it.
All right.
5.
So, I mean, now might be a good time to introduce, of course, for those of you who have not played Mork Borg before, there is the Omen system, which gives you a few options if you would like to re-roll, for example. So you would have to spend an Omen point in order to do so, but up to you.
This doesn't feel particularly important. I'm fine with having a bad chicken mask.
Great.
I guess I fucked that up.
So, 5, bad
It's not important.
chicken mask. Well, one of the guests at this party, this gentleman wearing a long green coat, he has quite a bit of makeup on his face. You can note that there's a pretty, like a thick caking effect of white. But he notices you putting chicken skin on your face. And he side eyes you for a second before approaching. And all three of you would note that he seems to be stumbling around a little bit. He doesn't seem to be very, maybe not in complete control of all of his faculties. But he says, "Oh, what are you doing?"
I'm getting ready for the party.
What? With chicken?
Sherry Bobbins. She just pulls out her hand.
Great. Now, question. Having dug around in the food a little bit, are your hands greasy?
I should think so.
Great.
Maybe she wipes it off on her petticoat.
Okay.
She's got manners. Even though she's like someone else.
All right. He goes to take your hand And you note that he stops for a second, and he squints and leans in. You're not wearing a mask.
Yes, I am. Pushes up some mashed potatoes.
And he says, hey, everybody. She's not wearing a mask.
He's got omen on this.
While that's going on, Sebastian and Nekane, what are you doing?
I'm running to a corner.
Okay. Great. Nekane?
I will follow, but I'm going to tear off part of my dress, poke some holes in it, and tie it around my face.
Okay. Are y'all able to move yourselves on the map?
My game is paused.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Here we go.
Now I am.
See if you can move yourselves. And Sherry, move yourself to where you think you would be putting chicken skin on your face. Oh,
We'll go
nice.
hide behind the harp.
How do I move the map? I can zoom in and out.
If you want, I can move you for the time being right here, but
That sounds good. Or I'm gonna move myself next to this chicken knife.
okay, perfect.
That's what she was thinking.
Great.
Chicken.
So, Nekane, you've got a little bit of your dress tied around your face. Would you roll a presence as well for me?
We can use physical dice, right?
Yeah, go for it.
$12.
Okay. I will make a note of that.
I see what they've done, and I'm like, quick, give me a piece too.
No, use your own.
I'm not wearing a dress.
That's unfortunate. Sounds like a you problem.
Are there any drapery around?
Yes, absolutely. I'd
I'm
say
going to take
that.
out my scissors then and cut a piece off for myself out of that.
Great. Would you roll a presence as well? I just want to see how good your masks are. Okay. All right. So, in this case, Sherry, this gentleman, calling out to the other people, saying that she doesn't have a mask. You notice that the other people immediately, their heads snap towards you. The person who was getting ready to make a toast with his just a little butter knife that he's been striking against a glass, he drops the glass. And he shifts the way he's holding the knife into a more aggressive, like a stabbing posture. These other people here, they look at you and they seem angry. They seem aggressive. What do you do?
Sherry turns to her parents and she said, "We're the life of the party." And he goes, "Quack." And then she's gonna try to do a thing she can do. What's violence?
Okay.
Oh, do I have weapons? I should have treasures. I have food, staff. I have a staff. I have 2 scrolls. You know what I want to do? I'm going to read the Metz schools. Just blind your eye. It's an unclean scroll. A creature becomes invisible for D6 rounds or until it is damaged, attacked, and defending with DR6.
Great.
I want to be invisible right now.
Okay. Okay.
That might
Excellent.
help.
And did you? Okay, just for clarification, before you turned invisible, you had
I have to
called.
succeed.
What was that?
I don't automatically succeed. At
Great.
turning. Yeah.
Well, you had called out to your friends, yes?
I call that to my parrot.
Oh, right.
I was
There we
talking to
go.
my parrot.
Great.
I said, we're the life of the party. And he said, Sprock.
Perfect. How about give me that presence roll to see how your scroll goes.
I rolled everything for Sherry Bobbins in the chat roll, and she has a 0 for all of her stats. She has no pluses or minuses to
Oh,
anything.
okay.
Which I think is perfect, because she's just like not a person.
All
I rolled
right. That is a success. So,
Amazing.
with these party goers turning on you, you pull out that scroll.
She like mumbles. And her eyes turn black, and then she disappears.
Fantastic. At this point, with Sherry turning invisible, I think it's time for me to roll a little initiative here to see what y'all do in the chaos of this. So, first off, I need to roll a d6. See who starts things. And I'll roll it publicly on the Foundry so y'all know. Ooh. Looks like I get to go first. So, what's going to happen here is the gentleman who saw you and then saw you vanish, he looks perplexed. He turns to look at his friends, all 6 of them, and they all look confused as well. He decides to start to move forward and just kind of waving his arms.
Yeah, I'm moving backwards. Doing that. If we're allowed to do that in a turn order situation.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And he's just trying to see what, like, if this is real or if he's just that intoxicated.
Probably intoxicated.
And then all 3 of you, could I get presence rolls from all 3 of you just to perceive something?
17.
3.
Great. So, in this case,
Sebastian has a 30. You have a plus 12 to presence.
I thought I did. Now I'm questioning if I did this wrong.
Oh, no worries. I think that 12 should be with your abilities. That would be your like initial score, but then just using the modifier. 18 is ridiculously high already, so you see it. But Sherry, maybe just trying to avoid the reach of this gentleman. You're more focused on the threat before you. What was yours again, Nekane?
17.
17. Great. Both of you, from your vantage point of a little bit more safety, a little bit more security, and maybe some confidence in your makeshift little masks. But here, you note that there's a gentleman, like the other guests are waiting impatiently for this man as he fumbles around. But there's another guest that runs forward, and he looks a little bit more disheveled. This this gentleman, he's got a little bit of scruff, short black hair. He's wearing a white button-up shirt, brown trousers, and as he runs forward past the piano, he says, "Please, where are they?" And the gentleman who had put his glass down, knife at the ready, turns, sees him, says, "Aren't you supposed to be downstairs?" And goes to stab said gentleman, which, ooh, that's gonna hit. Oh, goodness. And you see that gentleman immediately collapse. It seems like this stab cuts straight into his chest, maybe a little bit more strength than you would have anticipated from the gentleman at the party. And that man falls over. Two of the guests grab him and drag him towards the southwest. Now, that's all that they do. Over to y'all. So, you've seen this happen. At least Sebastian and Nekane saw that happen. Whilst Sherry, you're more concerned with this gentleman not getting his hands on you. But I do need you, and I'll start at this round since I forgot about it. But would you mind rolling a d6 for me? Because I need to know how long your invisibility is going to last.
One.
Great. You can feel like you became invisible. The gentleman is reaching out for you, but at this point, it feels like you're starting to see some elements. Like you look down at your hands, and you can see like your pinky begin to become opaque once again. No longer seeing through it. You begin to see like a flash of your petticoat, and you realize that you don't have a lot of time.
She's gonna try to tiptoe behind the biggest thing around her. I can't see to the right of her in the room. Just like that area is black for me.
Oh yes, that area is quite dark, not lit.
Okay.
But
She's gonna try and sneak into the darkness.
Great.
Yeah.
Could I have you? I'll give you a agility with advantage as like a just to I guess move quickly without stumbling forth.
I'm just like hit it twice, and then I guess we'll take the larger.
Okay.
Do it twice.
That's pretty good. I'd say that as you're moving away, and I'll move you into the darkness.
Yes.
As you're moving away, you do note that you can feel that the ground becomes a bit softer, as though you're stepping on very luxurious carpet. And the gentleman that was reaching out for you maybe saw just like a flash of a foot, and you can see him stumble forward to the spot where you were, and he's on his hands and knees, trying to figure out what's going on here.
Do I have an action right now?
Yeah.
If he's on his hands and knees, she's gonna hit him with her staff.
Oh,
Which we can say
snap.
the umbrella is the staff. Oh, that's nice flavor. The staff she has is her. She hits him with the head of the parrot. Hopefully, it
Great.
doesn't make much noise. It will.
Go for it. Let's see what Sherry Bobbins has got.
Into that's a good good. I'm gonna do violence. Staff, great attack. Oh, attack DR 12. Target armor. Oh, it says to put in the target armor.
Oh, this target doesn't have armor.
Great, just roll. What was it? 1 plus 0. Great. It's 1. Fumble.
All right.
Lucky break source lost. My parrot.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So you take a swing in the darkness. Maybe there was just a little bit too much of that grease still on your hands. Just a little bit. To the point where the swing, it's just a little, your grip is a little too loose. And I'm going to roll a d2 and see. Okay. In this case, the weapon, as you go to smack him, it slides out of your hands and slides an extra 15 feet. I'd say maybe just beneath that long table with the food. But you're unable to connect. Sebastian, Nekane, both of you hear and see that going on. What would you like to do?
Is this little like offshoot of light over here? Is that a doorway?
Offshoot of light to
On the left?
to the south?
Yeah.
Hang on, let me see what y'all can see. Well, you're not totally sure. You might need to go there to be sure. As y'all don't have dark vision. There's not a ton of light. There might be just a little bit of artificial light in the distance.
Can I see around me at all? Is it like can't see the hand in front of my face kind of thing?
I'd say in this case, it's like, since you just came from a very well lit area, it's kind of like going into a dark room from there. And I'd say maybe in around, you'll be able to see a bit more.
Mm.
I'm going to nonchalantly go investigate.
Okay. How about Sebastian?
While they're doing that, I'm going to skirt all the way around towards the kitchen where the servant is, because I want to bribe them for their mask.
Great. Okay.
Well, it's just going to send me diagonally. I tried to swoop.
Well, I mean, I believe it's time for, like, you're trying, are you trying to look casual or are you trying to slink?
Casual.
Okay. So in that case, I'm going to need you to do a presence. And we've got Nekane investigating down that way. I need you to do a presence as well.
Also, I figured it out.
Is there...
The character sheet was strange. I was expecting it to like auto-modify, but...
Oh. Sorry, what were you saying?
Is there like a limit on how many steps we can take?
I'd say in this case, from where you were, you probably would have had to speed walk a little bit, in which case I would have probably counted that as using up your action to be able to move nonchalantly from all the way across the room.
Okay.
So I need a presence from both of you. I think you already rolled it.
That is 21 for me.
Great. Great. In that case, Nekane, you're able to get through this fairly easily. It doesn't look like anyone's really looking towards you, but 2 of the 7 spot Sebastian. And the lady in this pair says, "I've never seen you before."
I'll pause and turn to her and tell her, of course not.
And she'll move towards you.
Yeah, I'm gonna snap.
This is very Red Wedding vibes.
Right. I guess I'm gonna abort heading towards the kitchen and start to nonchalantly walk towards the piano instead.
Great. So at this point, pulling back out of initiative a bit, because Drunk Man, I mean, you've thrown your, unfortunately lost your umbrella, your parasol. But in the course of that, the Drunk Man hears the sound and is like underneath the table, and it's like he's preoccupied with whatever made that sound. In which case, at the moment, Sherry Bobbins, in the darkness, you're seemingly in the clear, but you do hear people. It seems like there's a little bit of a commotion, and I've turned on the light a little bit where you are as your eyes adjust. Hopefully that's visible.
Can everyone see that or just me?
I'd say in this case just you.
Okay. I kind of meant in the application of this one.
Oh, yeah, it unlocked it for us too, but I'm gonna pretend I don't see it.
Great, I appreciate that. Now, whilst Sebastian going towards the piano, what is Sherry doing?
Oh, okay. What? Is there anything under the? Are these tables that are here? Oh, those are carpets.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes, that was
squishy.
That was my attempt at a long red carpet.
It's one carpet. I will imagine it is one carpet.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Sherry doesn't like the feeling of this thing under her feet. She's going to start walking backwards a little bit. I do have another scroll. Does she see behind her any doors or anything? What's against the wall there?
So, along the walls, you see paintings of mostly one gentleman, though there is a woman that is occasionally with him. Maybe in 3 out of 10 paintings, this gentleman has a fairly long white beard, and in each of them, he is depicted very, very magnificently, as though he's a hero with rippling abs, outstanding pectorals, in spite of his
expecting that last thing.
yeah, his fairly advanced age. I'd say he's probably at the ripe old age of like 70 or so. But that's what you see along the walls.
An English gentleman. Full disclosure, I can see that there's a room behind that wall.
Oh, no worries.
I can see part of the wall. But she don't pretend like she doesn't know there's one there.
I appreciate it.
Okay. She's just gonna hide. That's boring. Where are the other people in the room? Because there's a bunch. There was 8 people. There were 7 people around that pig.
Yeah.
Where they?
The drunk man is beneath that table with the chicken leg. The other people, I'd say there's 4 left that are near Sebastian right now, because 2 of them took a gentleman towards the southwest. The gentleman who had called out and they had said, "Aren't you supposed to be downstairs?"
Yeah. Cool. Okay. What is this? All right. Sherry Bobbins is going to move as close as she can to those people while still being sort of shrouded in darkness.
Mm-hmm.
South and to the left a little.
Great.
And then she's going to attempt to read her second scroll.
Okay.
Which is palms open the southern something. A ball of fire hits D2 creatures, dealing D8 damage per creature.
Great.
Fireball.
Give me that presence roll.
Okay, great. Let's hope this is as good as the last one. 6.
Oh.
Not a critical fail. Not a critical fail on the scroll.
Hey, at least there's that. Now, you call out, trying to use those powers, but this time, unfortunately, it feels like whatever imbued you with these magics, whatever gave you the ability, isn't answering.
Can I use one of my opens to succeed on that? Or not to succeed, I can re-roll like a fail? Is that one of the things I can
Yeah,
do?
you could re-roll it.
Okay. What is omens? Where's the omens? What are my options here? That's a feeling.
Yeah, with the omens, you're allowed to re-roll a dice roll, yours or someone else's. Deal maximum damage, lower damage dealt to you by d6, neutralize a crit or fumble, or lower one test's DR by 4, which I don't think that'll be enough for you to...
If I fail on the scroll, I can't use it again today, right? It's like neutralized for the day, or is that not the rule?
I believe so. We'll rule that way for the time being. I'll double check that, but...
Maybe I just invented that in my head. Okay, I'll use it. I'll use the omen to do it. Okay.
Okay.
17.
Great.
One. Yes.
Okay. Roll your damage for me.
Wait. Oh yeah. What is it? It's 1d4. Mom's open the southern group. D8 damage per creature. Okay. And it's D2 creatures. So
yes.
I have to roll for how many this is going to hit. So roll D2. 2.
Great.
2
And
damage.
I mean, who are you aiming at? Because there are 4 people left here. There's the woman who accosted Sebastian. There's the gentleman who had stabbed the man, who had run in. There are two others. One that was in a pairing with that woman. There's another gentleman with a fairly nice suit, long brown hair. And there's also, of course, the drunk man beneath the table looking for your parasol.
He's drunk. She's not reading him as a huge threat, even though maybe he's the worst person. She's going to go for the guy that stabbed the guy and insta-kills him. That's
okay.
One of the people she's going to hit. And then the one that's currently going after my friend and saying
Great.
You're not Sebastian and saying you're not supposed to be here. Those 2 people. Okay, roll.
Let's see your damage.
1!
All right.
Well, can I roll again for the second person? Can there be 2 separate rolls?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 1 to the man who stabbed.
Okay, now this is the one accosting my friends. It's like, 5.
Okay, great. So as these the flames fire out, as you call upon your I guess like pulling from your pool of power, you're able to fire forth, and the man who stabbed that other gentleman, he maybe in this case, he's just a little extra quick. He's a little nimble, maybe he's feeling himself a little bit after being able to stab someone. And so he sees it coming. You are able to get him as he like raises his hand to block. You see that flame strike his forearm, burning it. Sebastian, you smell the smell of burnt flesh. And then that second strike hits the woman before you, and you see the fire begin to burn away the skin on her face. But she is still alive. And she turns towards you, Sherry. The direction in which the flames had come before turning back to Sebastian. Now, Nekane, you were heading towards the west.
The kitchen, I think.
Yes. Are you ducking in there?
Yeah, I'll take a little look.
Great. Are you able to move yourself in there?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, within there, you do hear cooking taking place. There's maybe 4 staff members. There are 2 who are currently preparing ingredients in the center. There's someone on the south end of the room taking out some fresh bread from the oven. And towards the north, there's someone who is tending to 2 pots on top of a stove.
Is there another entrance?
Yes, there is one towards the south, which would be, I'd say, probably a good 15 squares down from where you are. It looks like typically the servants exit the door you came in from and enter from the door to the south.
Okay.
I'll do a measuring thing to tell you where the door is. You see that?
Yeah.
Great.
We have no idea where that goes, right?
You would know that it would go back into the dining area. Just like a revolving thing of go in that door, come out this door.
Okay, I'm gonna go back into the main room and just watch what happens.
Okay.
I don't think... But I'm gonna kind of hide behind this table or whatever that is.
All right. That sounds good to me. Are you like hiding in like a full duck and cover, or are you hiding like looking casual and just off out of the main fray?
No, let's do a duck and cover.
Okay, great. I'm on board with that. Okay, so with Nekane ducking and covering, the fireballs flew out from the darkness. Sebastian, there's a woman before you, face burned, still looking. What do you do?
I back up and shout. 'Cause, I mean, she's burning. I don't want anything to do with that.
Oh, this is very exciting.
She
Ooh.
says, was that your friend?
I didn't see where that came from. You're... It looks like it hurts.
It does, but I knew what I was in for when I came here. And she's going to grab one of those long forks that you use to cut a big slab of meat.
Okay.
What are you gonna do, Sebastian?
I stare in horror because I don't know what she's going to do with this thing.
I need you to make a defense roll then.
Excellent.
That agility? That's
Yes,
agility.
yes, indeed.
I got no armor.
Oh, snap. Let's see how much damage she's gonna do to you. 3 points of damage. And I mean, with the uncertainty, her other compatriots here, the gentleman who was lightly singed will begin to move towards the darkness, towards where Sherry is. Maybe he's a bit bolder. He is in the mindset of, I can handle whatever's in the dark. The other two that are still here are coming to you, Sebastian. I need you to
First of
make
all,
2 more agilities, please.
I mean, I just got stabbed with a meat fork. I am screaming and I am telling her to get fucked.
Great.
Is she about to make another agility check right now? Or they're just going towards her?
Oh, these other two are attacking her.
Okay.
Or attacking him, sorry, Sebastian, him.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use my ability. Sage advice, I think it's called. Speaker of truths. Twice per day, use your wisdom, knowledge, advice, and inner calm to bring clarity to a creature of your choice. The DR of their next test they undertake is lowered by 4.
Great.
Talk out to her. I'm going to say, chin up.
Great. Great.
It's less difficult for her to avoid them.
Excellent. So Sebastian, this next one, the rating is going to be 4 lower, as this gentleman is coming forward with, this is a carving knife.
Where is this happening again?
Over by the piano.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Great.
Can I come up and use one of my abilities?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. It's called Acre of Rot. Basically, the foul fluids of your god's rot run from your hands, a black stigmata. In this case, I'm going to make it come from my mouth. But as a DR12 attack, you can wipe your hands on the bare skin of your assailants, who must then pass a DR12 toughness test or descend into frothing spasms for 2 turns.
Oh, sweet. Sweet. And how many does that affect?
It just says assailants, so I'm assuming it's whoever.
Say you have to wipe your hands on it?
Ooh.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if instead, since I already have the rot coming out of my mouth, if I could just vomit on them.
Okay, in this case, well, first off, with
Or
that
how
ability
many-
used,
How many assailants will you allow? Because it doesn't tell me how many, it just says assailants.
how about I roll a d3?
Okay.
You'll get 2 of them. But
Okay.
as before you do that first, the one with the carving knife, with the help of Sherry Bobbins, is unable to connect with Sebastian. The second one, though, and in this case, this person has moved forward, and you would notice that he's coming to swing at you with a wine bottle.
Okay.
3 points of damage, Sebastian.
I'm dead.
Okay. Does that drop you below 0?
Yes.
All right. Now, with Sebastian falling to the ground, clearly beyond saving, Nekane, do your Iker.
Okay, I'm gonna take my muzzle off and just vomit rot on them.
Great.
Okay, so what is this? I gotta get higher than a D12. Oh, that's a 1. That's not happening.
That sounds like an arcane catastrophe.
Oh no.
So, in this case, let's see. Here we go, y'all. I'm gonna roll a D20 to see what happens here. 9.
Oh no. I'm so scared.
Okay. Oh my gosh. So the spell doesn't go off. It feels like you're trying to vomit that forth, and maybe it's like one of those cases where you want to vomit. You feel like you'll feel better if you do, but it doesn't happen. Maybe it's a mixture of like stage fright, being in front of all these people here. Whatever it is, it doesn't come out. But you feel like something is terribly wrong, though you don't see what it could be. Now, at this point, for both Sherry and for Nekane, because Sebastian has been killed, you have 2 rounds to do whatever you want before all of you are donezo. And we go into our reset.
Jerry is going to try to find a door on the east side of the wall. She's trying to get away from this man. She's looking at the pictures. She's just
Great.
trying to touch things and see what happens.
Great. So as you maneuver on the east side, you do note that as you go farther and farther south, you do see that there is a door to the southwest, and there are 2 windows, 2 stained glass windows, as well as a hallway that continues to extend towards the east. And you do see a little bit of light coming from, lighting in much the same way as one of the chandeliers in this dining hall. You would also note that there is another door, a door to a room.
Okay. Cher's gonna go in the door as quietly as possible. So quietly in the dark, get away from the scary insta-kill knife man.
Great. So you go in there and you immediately hear the sound of running water. You step in, just faintly lit by candlelight. You see 4 sinks and you see 6 doors. And you would know that you've gone into the restroom.
The poo room came real.
Yeah.
It is a pool room.
That's what I'll have to call it from now on.
Oh, no.
Laventry.
Nekane, what are you going to do? You are in the thick of things.
Is anything gonna happen to me right now?
Oh yeah.
Well, in this case, I'll allow you to tell me what you would like to do first. These others are going to pursue you as the confident knife man is pursuing Sherry.
I feel like this is a trap either way. Oh shit, I want to go in the kitchen. I am going to make a run for the bathroom, or I mean the poo room as well.
Okay. All right. As you're running there, you do note that the knife man is moving forward, and he's moving forward very casually. Those others will continue to pursue, however, coming towards you. Now, Sherry, within the poo room, what would you like to do?
Oh, I got distracted reading the
No worries. And
spoonful of sugar.
Micha, I would like to ask you, like, as far as you've been hit by a couple of things so far. Your character has. I want you in a second to describe what that pain might be.
Okay.
I'll come to you soon. But Sherry.
Okay, can I see what's in the room? Because it's dark to me right now.
Oh yeah, let me give you some light.
When I said I could see it, I could see like a tiny slice of it.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, the lighting or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna move you in.
I could have probably done that myself.
Here we go. Do you see the poo room?
Yes, I do.
Great. And Nekane, I'll move you over as well. I'd say you've probably made it about this far.
Are there things on either side of the sinks? Those are sinks, yeah, at the top?
So at the top, there are 4 sinks, and there's also two large, kind of like spittoon-looking things.
Like a bidet? It's like a thing you spit in?
Maybe. I mean, if you want to take a look around, if you want to rummage.
Cool. Yeah, she's actually gonna. Well, I just want to see the full. Oops. See the full room. So I'm just gonna. Oh, it's weird. There's like a circle that's visible. There's nothing on either walls, eh? So I can't see them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you do note that in the upper right and upper left corners of this room, there are 3 doors, which you would suspect lead you. But there don't seem to be any windows or doors out of here aside from the one that you came in.
Okay. The bottom right, I'm kind of moving into there, but I can't really see it. Is it dark?
Oh, no, it is dark, but like you go feeling around there and it's just wall.
Okay. Oh, a wall. I'm gonna just go into this stall. Wait, are there mirrors in front of the sinks?
Yes.
Okay, she's gonna go and see if there's like a cabinet behind the mirrors.
Okay, great.
Looking for medicine.
Roll a presence for me to perceive. Oh, great.
18.
Great. Yeah. You check inside, like you're able to flip it open, and you do note that within there do seem to be like a small first aid kit, some like pain reliever, some bandages.
Do I know which mirror this is? It's just the one that I'm in front of to the right?
Yeah. With your high presence roll, absolutely. You nailed it. First try.
She might forget that because she forgets important facts and
Great.
information all the time. So she's like, oh, that's useful.
Great.
And then, yeah, that's her turn, I guess.
As you say that, you hear the door swing open as Knife Man enters the room. Nekane, what are you doing?
I'm just going to book it in there. And does the door have a lock?
Yes, it does.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to lock the door and brace myself against it.
Great. Well, that's 2 rounds. Micha, what was the pain that Sebastian felt?
Obviously, getting stabbed with a meat fork, that really hurt. He had backed up, gone to move to take it out, barely dodged that cleaver, but at the wine bottle to the head. After that, he didn't feel much because when he collapsed, its sheer impact just caused his brain to start instantly swelling. He began to seize and then gone.
All right. That same sensation, all of those sensations rush through Sherry and Nekane as well, as both of you plunge into darkness and back onto the platform with that being. And Sebastian is here too.
Do we remember this?
Oh yeah, you remember all of it.
I wake up gasping.
So, do I have my parrot again?
Yes, you do.
Terry!
And your parrot remembers too.
Your remote's going under the table. You threw me! Sorry.
Now, at this point, the being says,
Oh.
"You failed. I can bring you back, but there's a price that must be paid."
And he looks to Nekane for a second, and he says,
"The price may be higher than I thought."
now would be a good time for me to reveal, of course, in the course of Mork Borg, there's things called miseries, and you will roll to see when miseries occur. And for this game, I decided on a D2, so I'm going to flip a coin. I've got my nifty little pirate coin here. And my viewers will be able to see what the results are. I'm going to say head, which is the skull and crossbones, means a misery happens. Now, there is something special here. Because you do recall Nekane rolled a critical fail, an arcane catastrophe. Well, on that number, it caused the skies to swirl dark. It caused an unbearable amount of tension in the world around as, well, a misery was inflicted. So in this case, I'm flipping a coin for the chance of our random misery, but as a result of that arcane catastrophe, you will have one guaranteed. All right.
It's a good one? It's a good misery?
Oh, you'll find out.
Okay.
You will find out. Now would be a good time to, for me to do a little roll, but my players, as you're brought back there, for at least these first couple times, you're going to need to do some rolling for me too, as you wake up in different places, and there are certain other items that you will find in those spots. So if you guys wouldn't mind doing that, while I'm going to be showing our viewers what misery has befallen the world. Oh, okay. I'm really looking forward to revealing that. So, here we go, viewers. Here is the first misery. And let's see what our second misery is going to be. Ooh. All right. So, with that in place, how are things looking for y'all in the course of your roles?
What do I need to roll?
I think just 3 bits of equipment. The ones that we had done initially as a group. You will have your class items, but right now...
Sherry's class items, her backpack, which is her bag that holds lots of stuff, her staff, which is her parrot, and then one of the scrolls she gets to keep. And she has some dried food, so she has snacks.
Great. And if you bought stuff, you'll have that too.
Keep. And then
we keep the stuff we bought?
Yes.
Okay. So it's just like those 3 things. Okay, got you.
Yep.
I'm scared. What did I do to myself?
Oh, it's at the beginning. It's the D6 and 2 D12s.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't remember how to get to the dice in Foundry.
I've just been using the /roll and then typing it into the chat.
While you're doing that, I am going to activate the next map. I did roll a little dice. We're going to sea now, y'all. We're going to sea.
Sea?
Hopefully that doesn't freeze everything for y'all, but you're going to arrive in another place.
What are we supposed to click if it's not loading for us again?
Click the C at the top left. Okay, there we go. I see
there it goes. It's me. I'm glow in the dark.
Yeah. Great. And initially it is dark, but I'll give you some light now as your character's eyes will adjust.
One of the things I have is a donkey.
Great.
Ooh, I got a random unclean scroll.
Sick.
I want to scroll.
D4 monkeys that ignore but love you.
Perfect. This is the perfect place for all of that to happen.
Are we building an ark? Do you see we're going into the ocean? I guess I'll roll for the monkeys.
Great.
So
they have stats. They have D4 plus 2 HP. They're gonna have more HP than me.
Nice.
And a punch bite attack that's D4 damage.
Perfect. What were you saying, Spiral?
So for powers, it says roll presence plus D4 every morning. Would that be every time we die?
I was gonna have you just start with what you had, so it's like your class stuff is consistent.
But the powers is like
how many times you can use your scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
That usually resets every day in the game. So should we roll for those again?
Sure. But I will tell you.
4, which is the max, so it might not be fair if I get 4 everywhere.
Okay. But while y'all are randomizing those things, the same thing happens where time stands still. The lever is pulled, but this time you're not in that dining hall. It feels cramped in here. It feels a little stuffy. You smell the smell of some medicated oils. And as your eyes adjust, you see that there are 3 beds here. There's a dresser. It feels like you're now in maybe the servants' quarters. And as you arrive, though a little bit muffled, you hear that same tune coming from downstairs that Sherry Bobbins would recognize as being the Furlese, as it rings from the self-playing piano beneath y'all. At this point, what do y'all want to do? There's a door to the north, a door to the south.
I'm gonna sock Sebastian in the stomach.
Oh. Why?
Because you killed us all.
I died.
And you killed us.
I don't understand.
It doesn't matter. You killed us. You deserved it.
Only making things worse by fighting each other.
He deserves it.
Go eat some bugs. I'm heading north. I don't even want to be in the room with them anymore.
Oh, okay.
That nobody murders any of us from now on.
Now, as Sebastian heads north, Nekane, you do notice that you just hear the sound of like maybe because of your habit, you hear the sound of small skittering legs beneath one of the beds, the bed to the southwest of this room. And you just see a little cockroach with its antenna just twitching a little bit.
Oh, my favorite. I'm gonna go stab it.
All right.
I'm stressed.
Hey, roll to hit. Let's see.
3.
All right. You go to stab it, and it sees you coming. And it's able to skitter just out of the way as your knife connects with the floorboard. And all 3 of you roll a presence for me.
14.
Ooh. Oh, man. Okay. No one but Nekane notices that there was a voice from beyond the door to the south that calls out, "Who's there?"
Oh shit. Did my cane get stuck when I stabbed the cockroach?
No, in this
Okay.
case, you just stab and you missed, and so it was just a loud thud, but not stuck.
Okay. I'm gonna go in the opposite direction of the voice.
Okay, towards where Sebastian is.
Yeah, just speed walk and say, let's get out of here.
Great. What's Sherry doing?
Same, just tiptoeing
Okay.
behind her.
Great. All right, it's time for me to open that door. And here. The hall is lit just a little bit. A couple candle holders along the halls. And you see that there is a door just a little farther to the east. The hall seems to wind around to the west. But it would wind around back towards where Nekane heard that sound. Towards the east, beyond the light, you would see that there's a door to the right, just past the light. There's a door to the left that's closer to the second light, and as well as another door to the right. And the hallway continues forward. What do you want to do?
Steal a candle.
Oh, okay. I dig that.
Tired of being in the dark.
Okay.
Do we know anything about these people that we're supposed to save?
Chicken Leg Man told us to.
We're supposed to murder people.
You just know that there are 3 that are standing against this frivolous opulence. These 3 who want to want the struggle in these dire times. Sebastian, I'm gonna try to give you some light. Here we go. Oh,
So
nice.
We're working with those 3 people against Ripsaw?
Hang on. Is this? Nope, that is not what I was hoping for. Here we go. There we go. Sebastian has light around him now. So when he moves, he will have a little bit of light.
What a clever
Yeah, I
fellow.
thought-
I'm going to do the same thing.
See, I thought we were supposed to save 3 people, kill Ripsaw, and kill the king.
Care of Ripsaw. Who knows if Ripsaw needs to be tucked into bed or not?
Okay, fine. That'd be funny though. We had to tuck him into bed.
Cherry Bobbins knows the lullaby. He's got the lyric right here.
But yeah, we don't know anything about the people we're supposed to save, right?
We know plenty about the ones that just murdered us.
Cherry really thought that he just wanted her to murder a bunch of great people, and she was totally cool with it.
I'm fine with that at this point. I just died.
Technically, I died.
Oh yes, you died and you killed us.
People murdering us.
Roll presence, everybody.
Okay.
15.
Okay, great. Oh man. Okay. Sherry,
Uh-huh.
you're pouring over the information, what you need to deal with, and just a little distracted. Sebastian and Nekane would hear it sounds like someone was trying to open the door to the room you were just in.
So we closed the door behind us and someone's trying to open it?
I'd say like you'd hear the door handle from across the way because there is a door on the south side of that room as well. They're trying that door.
Ooh, if they're in there, we're going to loop this way. I'm going to loop this way.
Does the door we just came out of, does it have a lock on the outside?
It's one of those where if you wanted to, you could like step in and lock it, but you wouldn't be able to lock it from the outside unless you had a key.
Okay, let's just go then.
Looks like Sebastian is looking to whirl around. Great. Nekane, are you following along as well?
I was trying, but I kept running into the wall.
Oh, sorry. Okay. As you head down this way with the light, you can kind of hear the handle still. It's like someone's jiggling the handle a bit, still trying to open it. But you also hear off in the distance as you're getting closer and closer. And I'll shift y'all down just a little bit more. But you hear it sounds like some people laughing. It sounds like some people who are maybe enjoying a more low-key side of this party. And, I mean, who would be taking the lead in this case out of the three of you?
I have no problem taking the lead. I'm slightly agitated from being killed, and I'm ready to stab someone back with a meat fork.
Great, great. So, in this case, as you take a look around the corner, you do see a gentleman who is, he's wearing a brown vest, a long white sleeved button-up shirt. He has a mustache, and he's checking the door. It's like he's trying it, and he's trying different keys on a key ring. But beyond that, you also would note that there are some couches along the south wall here, as well as a bar. I would say maybe halfway down this extended corridor. There are doors to the left and some doors to the right, and along the right hand wall there are windows, and it seems like the doors towards the south lead out likely into an open air area from what you can see at the windows. As far as people go, there is this gentleman with the mustache. There are a couple of party goers who are on a couch that the closest one to y'all that is near the bar. And there's also a single gentleman at the far end, farthest couch. And I mean, he seems very content with his drink, content to be alone.
Sorry. The people laughing are the ones on the couch closest to us?
They're on the couch that's by the bar. That's the closer of the two that's next to you. So if I can, I'll do a measurement tool.
The one that's closer is not by the bar, right?
Oh, wait a second. I just made an explosion. Here we go. I'll do a measurement for y'all. This one.
Okay.
The one that's by the bar, that's closer.
That was the laughing people?
Yes.
And where's the mustache man?
Mustache man is, hang on, I'm going to make this.
Oh,
He's the one by himself.
The one by himself with the drink is down this way. And then, of course, there's the mustached man with the vest who is trying this door.
Sherry Bobbins. Sherry Bobbins waltzes into the room and goes up to the people at the couch.
Okay, great.
And she says, "We love to laugh loud and long and clear. We love to laugh so everyone can hear." And then she's just being friendly and singing a song.
Excellent. Excellent. Friendly Sherry Bobbins.
Mm-hmm.
Would you make a presence roll for me? To try to, I don't know, charm them, I suppose. Oh.
Can I?
You gonna use an
I'm
omen
gonna
on this?
re-roll. I'm gonna use an omen to re-roll that.
Okay, go for it. While that's going on, what are
Fucking
Sebastian and Nekane doing? Oh no, Sherry. Oh
Can I
no.
use another omen? Again?
No. In
No?
this case, a one reroll.
You said there's a bar.
Yes.
I'm gonna go investigate the bar for alcohol.
Okay, great. What is Sebastian doing?
I don't trust anyone here, but I am going to try and get some information from this guy with the keys.
Okay. Would you roll a presence for me?
Realize my character is supposed to be prudent. Not very prudent if she's just walking up to people and singing a song.
And I'll need a presence for Nekane to look for some alcohol.
17.
Great. Yeah, you're able to immediately find quite a few, quite a few bottles of really, really nice, well-aged stuff. Are you taking some? Are you going to wait for the bartender?
Oh, there's a bartender.
Well, there isn't anyone behind the bar right now, but you would surmise perhaps the gentleman trying the door.
Oh, if there's no one there, then I'm going to grab the most expensive bottle of alcohol and take a shot.
Great.
And then I'm going to go talk to the other guy with a drink.
Okay, grab most expensive bottle of alcohol. Okay, well, first off, I do need you to make a roll when you take that shot, a toughness roll.
Oh, do I have a toughness modifier? Oh, I have a negative toughness modifier. 16.
Okay, great. So, yeah, you're able to take that shot, and maybe just with the intensity of the situation, you feel okay for now. Sebastian, what are you saying to bartender man?
I'm going to approach him. I might come off a little agitated at first, but I'm going to ask him, hey, what's with this party going on here?
Great. Was that the one you rolled?
Yep.
All right. He's going to look at you and say, Did you take a candle from one of the holders? Wait. And then, like, as he's looking, he goes to look for where you might have gotten the candle, one of the candle holders along the hallway. And then he notices that expensive bottle on the bar that's been cracked open. Empty shot glass. And he starts to run towards the bar. I need a presence roll from all three of you.
15. I feel like I'm going to keep making these good presence rolls and then just crit where it's absolutely the worst.
Well, something's about to happen, y'all.
Oh.
That's not good.
Okay, so it looks like I've got a 15 for Sebastian, a 10 for Sherry, 15 for Nekane. Well, perfect. I'd say this all makes sense because I could imagine Sherry being preoccupied with the two who aren't getting into your song as you would have liked. But Sebastian, as you see this bartender running towards Nekane, as you're going towards this gentleman at the far end, you see the candle next to him go out. And here, the next candle that's above the couch in front of the bar goes out. And the one above the couple that you're serenading, Sherry, goes out. And finally, the one in your hands, Sebastian, goes out.
I have one too.
And yours too.
Okay.
Now, at this point, hang on 1 second. 1 is Sebastian, 2 is Sherry, 3 is Nekane. From behind Sebastian, all three of you would immediately see an enormous light up. As behind Sebastian, this being appears. This is he stands on 2 legs. And as far as his clothes go, he does stand out a bit here. They aren't very nice. They aren't very royal. But what stands out most is his head. Because instead of a face, instead of ears, instead of hair and a mouth, it's a lantern. And this light lights up, brilliant. And it's time for me to roll some initiative here. I'm so sorry, Sebastian.
Sherry covers her eyes and she sticks out her parrot and she says, Terry, can you see anything? I can't see.
Now,
He probably can't.
yes, there's darkness in this corridor, save for behind Sebastian, as this knife-wielding being.
Already got a lantern for the head. Why do you need a knife?
Oh, the better to stab you with.
I need you to do that good old agility roll for defense.
I curse.
You say when you say behind Sebastian,
I'm
east
not
or
ready to die again. I'm going to use an omen.
Okay, go for it.
Guess I'm ready to die again.
west? Oh, shit.
All right. You take 4 points of damage as this being stabs into you. And as it stabs into you, you feel like there's something pulsing on its blade. Would you mind rolling a d4 for me? And hope you don't get a 1.
Good try. We'll get there next time.
I'm already broken.
All right. That's it for its turn. And unfortunately, Sebastian, you do feel like that pulsing. You can feel, as you look, you might see its blade is quite rusty. And it feels like there's more blood on it than could have come from your wound. It's your guys' turn now.
Where did he stab me?
I'd say in the back, like around the liver area. It's a fairly long knife.
Wait, did Sebastian just die? It was really unclear.
I'm broken.
Okay.
Oh, broken. We need to roll a dice for broken. I need you to roll a d4 for me for broken.
Another D4.
Yeah. So, with a 2, I need you to roll a d6. Okay. In this case, with that roll, it would be a broken or severed limb. Can't act for D4 rounds, then become active with D4 HP. So here, I'd say maybe as this creature stabs into you, it stabs you in just the right way that you feel the strength eke out from you. You do lose consciousness right now, but roll a d4 and we'll see how long you lose consciousness for. Because there's a chance. You always have a chance. 3 rounds. Okay.
Hit the fireball skull. I'm sorry.
All right.
No.
So, I'm sorry, Sebastian. Sherry, Nekane, what would you like to do? You see this being standing over an unconscious Sebastian.
I'm gonna turn to Nekane and I'm gonna say, do find out what you can see that's here, and I'm gonna try to distract him from killing my other friend so that we have a little bit longer to check things out, because we're pretty screwed. So she's going to say distraction, and she's going to walk up to him behind him and trying to hit him with her.
Go for it.
And she's going to give herself a pep talk with Speaker of Truths. So it lowers the DR of the next test by 4, so it'll be an 8 instead of a 12.
Okay, let's see what you got.
And is it strength to attack?
Melee attack would be strength.
Okay. Oh wait, I have the thing for this. Attack with the staff. Okay. Does he have target armor?
He does not have armor.
Okay, I feel like this is cheating that I get to ask you this when I do that. What is it? It's a 7. So close.
Yeah.
You can do this, and to herself, and then hits him. Sorry, Terry.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you take that swing, and in this case, maybe it just clinks off the top metal part of its lantern head. And I mean, you do have its attention, so you are.
Come get me! And she walks backwards towards the like the veranda or whatever is out that door outside.
Great.
Yeah.
Are you gonna try to open it?
Yeah.
Excellent. So, with that, Nekane, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try and talk to my guy with the drink.
Great. What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna ask if he knows where I can find a ripsaw.
You're looking for a weapon? Why don't you run?
I have a weapon. I need to know where ripsaw is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, that's not helpful.
If you'll excuse me. You can kind of hear the swooshing of his clothes as he tries to move past and towards the east of the corridor.
I'm gonna stop him and say, hold on there, buddy.
What?
What is the purpose of this place? Why are we all here? You have any idea about anything?
So you weren't invited?
We were invited. We've just been conked on the head a lot.
Presents.
It's a feasible story.
21.
Great. So he says, well, we're here for entertainment, for a meal. I heard the real show's going on in the basement.
In the basement. Okay, thank you.
Now I really must be going.
Run free, little bird. Don't die very soon.
Okay. You've got those deeds. Are you trying anything, Nekane?
Yeah, I'll try my Edgar rod again on the lantern guy. But I'm specifically going to try and do it so I put out his lantern.
Oh, I like that. Okay. So why don't you roll a little presence for that spell?
Yeah, is it a presence? Okay, it doesn't say. It's 4. Why?
Okay.
Just throw up all over myself.
I also would like you to roll a d20 for me.
one.
Okay. You go forward and you want to do this vomit attack. And as you do, you feel something strange. Because what falls out is not that ichor. Your teeth. And then you feel something extending out from your gums as long, brittle fingernails have replaced your teeth. And now would be a good time to let y'all know that one of the miseries had to do with spell casting, of drawbacks being attached.
Is it a spell if it's for power?
Oh, was that just your power?
Rolls.
Yeah, these are my abilities.
Oh, my apologies. My apologies. Rewind. But
We're fine.
Okay, I was like, oh, this is awful. But
but you do know what will happen.
Cool.
I guess a little sneak peek. So you got that 4. All right. It is this thing's turn again.
This thing.
I'm just so mad at this point that I failed it was twice.
And I mean,
It's
you are
gonna
right.
be so cool when it does happen.
Yeah. You are right in front of it now, Nekane. So you want to do a little agility?
Oh, I was hoping for a ranged attack. Oh, it's my modifier. 11.
11.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see how you hold up against this. I'm rolling rocks tonight. You take 4 points of damage. And I need you to roll a d4.
Two.
Okay, great. You do get stabbed, but thankfully your wounds are not infected.
Love that for me. Where am I stabbed?
I'd say in this case, probably like as he goes forward, would you, recoil reflexively, trying to shield yourself?
Yes.
Would you? Okay. In that case, forearm stabs through, I'd say just in between two like bones, and you see it poke out right just a few inches away from your face. But that's it for it.
Cool.
So, at this point, both of you hear the sound of glass shattering from downstairs, and someone yell, "Where are they?"
Are we downstairs and upstairs?
What would y'all like to do? It's your turn again. And at some point, I maybe I'm being pessimistic, but Sebastian, I might have you have to think about the pain.
Great. I'm already thinking about the pain.
Great.
Is he still unconscious?
Yes.
Like 2 more rounds.
Okay. I'm gonna yank the knife out of my forearm and then use my mask to bandage it.
Oh, okay.
And then am I strong enough to pick up Sebastian like a fireman carry?
You can certainly try. Strength.
Oh no. Nope.
What'd you get?
Oh damn, what's my modifier? 9.
Okay. Like you go to lift up Sebastian, and in this case, what I'm picturing is like you go to lift and you just feel the muscles where you were stabbed pulsing and more blood begins to gush out, but you're unable to lift him up, at least not right now.
Okay. I'm just gonna start cussing, dragging him.
Sherry is going to go, why didn't that work? And she goes back to him and she says, hey, look at me. And she hits him with her staff again.
Okay.
Roll. Oh,
Nice.
she hits and she does 2 damage.
Whoa, nice.
Did
nice.
he have armor? Did he have armor? No, we established that he did.
He has no armor.
Yay.
Great.
Good job, Jerry.
Excellent. Yeah, you're able to connect very solidly against the body, and you can see that, like, you broke some bones in its shoulder, but it does still seem intent on continuing this fight.
If you don't turn around and kill me, I'm going to kill you. I'm hurting you really bad. So this is going to try and convince him to follow her.
You want to roll a little presence for me?
Okay. 18.
Ooh, okay. You do seem to have caught the attention of this being.
If he heads towards her, she's going to back towards the door. Wait a minute. Did we say that I had opened the door on my last turn, or I was trying to open
Yeah,
it?
you opened that door to the balcony.
Okay, cool. So if he starts to follow her, she'll back out the door into the outside.
Okay. Great. All right. At this point, eyes on Sherry. It is going to leave the side of Sebastian and Nekane and follow Sherry.
You want to know.
Give me a defense roll, Sherry.
But I'm walking backwards. Can we
Perfect.
get outside and then I make a defense roll?
Yeah. You'll be outside.
Okay. It sounds like that's not great. All right. Agility. Oh, that was a 3.
Oh, man. Okay.
Sherry has 2 hit points, so.
All right, Sherry. You need to be ready to tell everyone what you feel. Because 3 damage.
Okay. Sherry doesn't feel anything.
Great. Quick.
She dies smiling.
Excellent. I will say, when you do receive this killing blow,
Don't they have some time?
They
after
do.
that? Okay.
Well, I guess I should say Nekane and potentially Sebastian.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean we? Me?
But right here, you do hear, as you fall to the ground, you hear the sound of hissing from out here.
Do I see anything?
I'd say you probably would have felt something wriggling beneath you before you lose consciousness.
Ooh.
Now, are you up yet, Sebastian?
I think I have one more turn.
Okay.
Because I had
Nekane.
3.
Nekane, what would you like to do?
If I've dragged him far enough, I'm going to drop him. I hope it hurts.
So, you drag him. Which direction are you dragging him?
In the opposite direction as the lantern man.
Okay. So are you back towards where like that wind around corner that y'all had been to? Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit away, not anything serious.
Great. As you do that, you are able to get Sebastian quite far, and you do see around the corner there's still light in that adjacent hallway. And it's this thing's turn now. And I'd say probably from where you are, roll a presence for me, Nekane.
8.
All right. You're not entirely sure where it is. But at this point, it's back to y'all, and Sebastian, roll a d4. You regain 1 hit point
Oh,
as
nice.
as you regain consciousness, though quite wounded. What would you and Nekane like to do before I pull y'all back out?
I drag my broken body back up to my feet. I'm just so angry at what's just happened. The thing has disappeared?
You're not sure where it is. Like, you wake up, no sign. Nekane could not hear.
I go back.
I'm gonna say, oh, how nice of you to join us.
I completely ignore them and just walk right back down to see where the hell this thing went.
Oh.
It's rude after I saved you.
Okay. So,
But I'll still follow.
okay. So you guys are doubling back?
Yes, I want to smash this thing. How dare it?
All right. You go back, and it's dark. It's dark in that wide corridor. But you do hear the sound of slithering, of hissing. And it sounds like those sounds are entering and becoming louder.
Ooh. I look back at Nekane and I say, where did Sherry go?
He dead.
What?
Yeah, I can only protect so many people.
I go to investigate the snakes. What I assume to be snakes.
Oh my god, why?
As you go up to them, you and Nekane feel nothing as both of you are returned along with Sherry onto the platform where that being stands with a lever. And now it's time for me to bring the death count up and then do another little flip. So, at this point, and just a heads up for everybody, I'm planning on rolling for another 30 minutes. I said one shot. I don't think we're going to be able to finish this within the last 30 minutes. But I appreciate y'all for sticking around, viewers, as my players will do their rolls as we go into the third location where they would be able to spawn. But while that's going on, of course, I'm gonna need to do a little flip to see if more misery will befall y'all. So
There's a few of those that could have hilarious consequences that I can think of inside this mansion, and a lot of them just mean nothing.
yeah. I'll say I'll make it work for the other ones. You know me, I'll make it work. So, man, I am on a hot streak tonight.
Oh yeah, that whole time I had monkeys.
Oh yeah.
I forgot I had monkeys that love and protect
Just left them
me.
in the servants' quarters.
I totally wouldn't. Oh, I mean, they ignore me, so maybe they didn't follow us, but
They're
love
just
me.
chilling. They were going after that
They
cockroach.
wouldn't have done what I said. Wow. Okay. Well, if we come back here, there's some monkeys.
Okay. Great.
Using my Matt Mercer dice.
Sick.
Oh, one.
Oh.
Nothing for the first thing. Great.
Time for me to update our miseries.
Oh no, I'm so scared. Yeah, I bought new Bakugo dice for these.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. Presence plus fortunes. Yes, I got another scroll. Random sacred scroll. I'm looking at with these scrolls.
Sweet.
I left an elixir where my body was, but I gained a poison from dying.
Oh, nice. Okay. I've updated our guild misery table. So we're good to go on that end. And now, it's time to load the final section that y'all can pop up in. As I drag y'all onto the map. But I do need each of you to do me a little favor here. Would you mind rolling a die 2 and then a die 6 for me? All right.
2 and 5?
You
What
said
was
2
it?
and 5, Nekane?
Yes.
Great.
Which dices were those?
Sorry, what was that, Lana?
Which dice were those?
A D2 and then a D6.
The D6 is a 4. I'm gonna do this. Check. And the D2 is 2.
Okay, great. So, I'm attempting to bring y'all into this little area here. If before it felt particularly cramped, it feels doubly so this time. And this time, when you hear yet again that song play for Elise from above, it's much more faint. And each of you wake.
We're in the party in the basement.
Sorry, what was that? My thing lagged for a sec.
Sorry, I said we're in the real party in the basement.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that as hopefully the map is loading up for y'all, but each of you, as you wake, it feels very claustrophobic. It feels clammy. And you look around. Sherry, in the cell next to you, you hear the sound of a squeaking rodent. And to your right is Sebastian. Oh, wait, no, Nekane, sorry. Nekane, to your left, in the left cell, Sherry. And to your right, there seems to be someone that's snoring.
I want to do something. One of my scrolls that I got was bestial speech.
Oh, okay.
And that lets me talk to animals for 20 minutes. I want to interrogate the rat.
All right.
I have to roll for it first.
Yes, indeed.
What do I roll again? Is it
Presence?
my present? Okay. And it's D12?
Yes, you are trying to meet or beat a 12.
Okay, I'm going to give myself a pep talk.
Great.
But that's an 8. You have a friend parrot and he's an animal. You can talk to animals. And just, what is that? It's a 9!
All right.
I think she gave herself a pep talk.
Great. And I'd say, like, as Sebastian from across these cells, you hear the sound of Sherry. You know that she's very close by. Though from where you are, if you were to look to your right, to the west on the map, you just see a skeleton chained to the wall. And to the east, 2 cells down, there's someone just sitting there, kind of rocking back and forth. Now, Sherry, you go to speak with the rat.
I can talk to this rat for 3 minutes.
All right, what would you like to say to Rat?
Hi. Hello, friend. How long have you been around here?
What?
Would you like a snack? And she pulls out one of the food rations from her bag.
Oh. And he will kind of slip in between. You do note that in between each of the cells, there is just a little area where there are bars, but just so you can see the people in the adjoining cells. And that's where the rat slips through and goes to nibble at your food.
When you say it's just so you can see, it's like a little window? Or the whole thing is bars?
Oh, no, it's, I'd say it's like maybe in the course of a 15-foot wall, it would be like a window that's about 3 feet, 3 feet wide, 3 feet tall. And there are bars there so that you wouldn't be able to like slip from one cell to the next. But the rat is able to like climb up and slip in.
Snacks.
And it'll nibble away. What do you want to say? What do you want to do?
How long have you been down here?
Quite a while. There's a lot of good food down here. Like you, eventually.
Okay, that's what you like to eat. Okay. If she has any like toes in her bag, she'll throw those out. I'll give him a toe.
Oh, thanks.
There's a song about feeding the birds. Okay. She's going to ask him, do they bring people down here just to kill them? Or do they do stuff with the people that you eat eventually?
I know they kill them, but the way they kill them, that's people laugh while they're doing it.
That's fun. Is there any, does it look like they're saying fancy words? Are they doing a ritual while they laugh? Or they just like to murder people and stab them and laugh about it?
Some people like to do the stabbing, some people like to watch.
Okay, cool. Is there an exit?
And he just kind of like nods towards the locked cell door in front of you.
Okay. Is there an exit to outside this room? The basement? To exit the basement?
Yeah, there's a couple ways out if you can get through there.
Okay, do you know a man named Ripsaw?
I don't know many men.
Is it mostly just ladies down here? Stabbing people?
I don't know many ladies either.
Okay. But like people though?
No, you're one of the few people who's been able to talk to me.
Okay. So you don't know people's names because they don't talk to you.
Yeah.
You just watch them stab people, so you don't know anyone's name. Is there anyone who's in charge or looks like they're in charge?
There's someone who's down here a lot, who's usually bringing other people down here, but...
Do they have scruffy hair?
Yeah.
Okay. I know him. He's my friend.
Oh, then why are you here?
I don't know. Does he have keys? Are there keys down here?
I could look.
I'm sure he would want me to have them if you're able to carry them.
Yeah. Maybe for a little more food.
Okay, you want a toe?
2.
2 toes. Okay. She gives him 2 toes.
All right. And you see him start to nibble at them and then look like a little suspiciously at you before he goes through the door out of your cell, just in between the bars, and starts scampering to the west. Now, while that's going on, what are Sebastian and Nekane doing?
Can I pick my lock? I have some lock picks that I bought.
You can try. And I'll say in this case, it'll be a 14 instead of a 12.
Okay, will this be a strength roll or agility?
Hang on 1 second. Oh, yeah. I'll say agility in this case.
That is an 18.
Oh, great. Yeah, you're able to pick your way out of your cell. And you note that as you're doing that, the figure in the cell to the northeast of you stops. It's rocking back and forth and immediately moves to the front and says, can you let me out? Can you let us out?
What's in it for me?
I don't have anything. They took everything we had.
How do I know that you're a prisoner and not a trick?
I'm here.
So is everybody else. They all turned out to try and murder us, so...
You're right.
You're right.
I don't know. I don't know. I just know I don't want to die here. I don't want that damned king to have the pleasure of cutting my throat.
Why not? I feel like it would be easier than living in this.
Death would be easier than living in this hell on this world, but I think it's worth trying.
Congratulations. You might have our protection. Who's in the cell next to me? Is it him? 'Cause I thought he was in the far corner.
Oh, this one, I'd say as this person begins to talk, she sounds very feminine, whereas the gentleman in the cell next to you is still snoring, though maybe stirs a little bit amongst your conversation.
Okay, I'm gonna go pick her lock. Do I see Sebastian or Sherry on the way?
Yes, you would definitely have heard Sherry doing little rat sounds to the rat. And Sebastian, you would see in the cell, across to the left. Sebastian, you would hear this conversation as well between Nekane and this woman.
Okay, who's closest to me? Between the woman and Sebastian, because Sherry sounds busy.
Oh, they're about the same. Yeah, they're both on diagonals.
Damn. Okay.
I gesture that you go get her out first, and I'm going to investigate the skeleton in my cell.
Okay,
Great.
I'm gonna go get her then.
Okay. Would you do an agility, Nekane? And Sebastian, you investigate the skeleton in the cell next to you. I need you to do a presence for me. All right. Sebastian, you would know that the skeleton in the cell next to you is and has been dead for a very long time. Very clearly, you see that the bones have been picked clean. There aren't even traces of bugs because there's nothing left for them to eat. Nekane, what was your agility to
20.
Dang. Yeah, you pop that open easily. As well, Sherry, your little rat buddy.
Does she real quick, does she have any weapons that I can see?
Roll presence for me. And while you're doing that, Sherry's rat buddy returns with a little key in its mouth.
I got a 16.
Great. She does not have any weapons on her.
Okay. I'll let her out, but I'm going to point my cane at her and say, if you try anything, I'll kill you.
She nods. Sherry, you've got a key, and I presume you're opening your cell.
Well, Did you? Oh, I thought she got me out of my cell.
Oh no, at the moment, Nekane got the woman who
Never mind.
didn't have a way to prove that she was good,
That
except
makes-
for her
yeah.
words.
That makes sense that she said, does she have weapons?
Yeah.
Cool.
So then,
I unlocked myself.
great. How about Sebastian, who gets first honors of releasing your final buddy?
I can see them.
Yes. Cell across from you.
We'll go and unlock their stuff.
Roll a presence, all three of you.
I thank Sherry.
16.
Great. Oh, snap. Okay. In this case, Sherry, maybe in the course of receiving said thanks, and the rat is like tugging at your pant leg to, he's just like, hey, do you have another toe? But Sebastian and Nekane hear someone being dragged down the hall from the west.
Dragged like to us.
Yes. And you hear a voice say, how did you let him out? And then a voice say, I was watching this door the whole time.
Can't hear the voices, or do I hear?
I'd say you're like, you would hear people talking, though you might not make out the words because Rat is pulling your attention to it.
You already finished the other toes?
For later.
By the way, the rat said there was 2 exits. Can you take us to an exit? Where are the exits?
What about the
And-
sleeping guy?
What was that, Spiral?
What about the sleeping guy? Do we leave him?
Are you asking your compatriots?
Yes. Sorry.
This is all just happening again. Then there are 2 men coming down the stairs. One of them is dead. I say we get the jump on them.
There are people coming. I suggest we head to the exit that isn't that way. We'll try to learn something from our new friend about where Ripsaw is and who they are.
I'll turn to the woman and I'll ask her if she knows the sleeping man.
And she says, yes. I don't know if we have time to get him out, though. They're coming.
Then we make time. I'm going to get ready with my jar of oil.
Great.
I'm going to smash it at the base of where they're coming down, like the door on the other side. I'm going to ready my fire steel.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to get ready to set these bitches on fire.
Okay. Great.
Ability?
No, I'm just using my items.
Okay. I have 4 torches also.
Sweet. So, while Sebastian is doing that, Sherry, your rat would know that there is an exit to the east. And I mean, the woman that you've freed already, Nekane, is frantic and just wants to leave at this point. Sebastian is ready to stall. What do you two want to do?
I'm going to try and free the sleeping man with my key.
Okay. Nekane?
I'll tell the woman to stop freaking out. We're gonna get everyone out of here and to stay behind me.
Great. Standing at the ready in between where Sherry is opening that cell and where Sebastian is ready to set things on fire.
Yeah, I'm ready to use. I'm gonna tell Sebastian that I can use Eyes of Holy Fire, but if I use it, it'll leave me blinded for the rest of the fight.
Why don't you stick to eating bugs? Your spells clearly don't work.
Thanks.
Wait.
This is the person that died.
We don't know if you're happy or upset.
Perfect.
This is the person that died
I
twice.
my ex fancier.
Oh, whoa. I dig that.
While you were doing the intro, I was just drawing it.
Well, with Sebastian ready to set things on fire, with Nekane getting ready with Eyes of Holy Fire, and with Sherry opening that last cell, we have reached the end of this session, y'all. Oh man, I planned on a one shot, but oh my gosh, best laid plans, right?
I want to say it's a 50-50 chance whether I light Sebastian or the people coming down on fire.
Why don't you let me use my item so I don't die this time?
I'm just trying to tell you that it was a backup plan, buddy.
Keep it in the back then.
Oh,
Actually
man.
stay alive for longer than a round.
Y'all are fantastic. I mean, at this point, goodness, viewers, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all are champs. I hope you will be back for part 2 when we do that, when we figure out the right time to do that, and hopefully solve this repeating puzzle. But thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Big thank you to the creators of Mork Borg for such a fantastic game. If y'all haven't checked it out, I'm not sponsored, by the way. I just enjoy the game and wanted to play it with these wonderful people. But if y'all haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. It's so cool. The art is tremendous. It's so dangerous, and I love it. And it's a blast. I have so much fun. I had so much fun planning this out. I can't wait for all the stuff you might stumble into next time. Before we sign off, of course, final words from each of our players. Who are you? Who have you been tonight? And if there's anything you would like to promote. And we'll start off with Micha, go to Lana, and then Spiral. So, kick us off, Micha.
Nope, I'm Micha. I played a human pincushion today, and I'll bring him back in whenever we do this again.
Fantastic. Lana.
I have been Lana, Sherry Bobbins, and I'm going to plug improvisers who love D&D and or other tabletop RPGs on Facebook, and also Mining for Gold, which is a improv jam that happens every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and I sometimes host it, and it's based out of Atlanta, and it's really fun. I'm in Canada, but
fantastic.
Playing with them, it's fun. Great, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Lana. And then finally, Spiral.
Spiral, I played Nekane, who was not able to vomit whatsoever, which was a bummer because it's one of my favorite attacks. But keep an eye out for my Twitch channel, Lying in Spirals. I'm going to start gaming here soon, hopefully, once I get my life in order.
I dig it. I dig it. Thank you, cast, so much for joining me on this horrifying adventure. Y'all have been absolutely incredible. I've been Matt. You can find me here on Improv and D&D and on Twitter. Same name. I'll also be running a game of Flabbergasted on Saturday, so make sure you check that out. It'll be like the opposite. Less grisly murders by like physically, and potentially more like witty murders of people just slamming each other with words. It'll be a blast. But thank you all so much for tuning in. I've been Matt. This has been Mork Borg, Unkind Rewind. And, well, we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.